Okay, guys, one more time. Tomorrow night is Backlash, Tampa, Florida. My cousin lives there. The one woman's match on the card is Io Sky versus Asuka. And there's been a lot of talk about that match. What it means, what it's about, who's going to prevail. So let's get to it. Io Sky and Asuka have a long history that goes back about 15 years, maybe a little longer. Then Asuka came to WWE first. And then I'm not sure if it was Kairi Sane or Io, but they both came next. They have a long history together. Asuka is the senpai, mentor, or sunbae in Korean. Io Sky is the kohai in Japanese, or student, or hubei in Korean. I know both. They've been in a story since 2 days after Io put over Stephanie Vaquer and made her the women's champion. Io was immediately, that was a Saturday, the very next Monday Night Raw, Io was put into a feud with the Kabuki Warriors over her kind of drifting away from Asuka and becoming friendly with Rhea Ripley. They later became a tag team, Rio, and best friends and all of that. And Asuka has been on a rampage for 8 months. For a very long time, she was also abusing Kairi Sane, who has since been released, let go. She's back in Japan. So they had to switch the arc a little bit. They took the glue out, but the two combatants are still there. Over this 8-month period, Asuka spiraled down and down and down. Abusive both first verbally, then physically to Kairi Sane. And it was obvious, because she basically stated it, she was fine as long as Io was losing. She's obsessed with Io Sky losing. In her last video, and then their confrontation on Monday Night Raw, where she misted Io again. Basically, it's, you're disrespectful. I'm your senpai. Look at this disrespect. I'm going to teach you one last lesson. Io, if you noticed on Monday, has been mostly respectful. She was even respectful Monday. You were my senpai. I loved you. That kind of talk. But now it's changed because you've lost your way. You've spiraled down. You're a fallen senpai. Now, with all that said, tomorrow night is important for both of them. Why? Well, in a senpai kohai arc, the senpai is honored when the kohai, the student, finally overcomes and surpasses them. It's honorable because it means they taught their student well. So well. They were so good at being a senpai that the kohai, the student, is now better than they are. That's honorable. But there's also, in these Japanese Joshi and samurai arcs, a fallen mentor, a fallen senpai. This is Asuka now. They've lost their way. So now there's an added It's an added motivation for the Kohai. The Kohai must overcome, beat the senpai. In a sense, in an American sense, to beat some sense into them, but more so than that, it redeems the senpai and allows them to come back and be honored. That, my friends, is what's happening here. Now, there are people out there who say, Asuka hasn't won in so long. She really could use a win. From an American viewpoint, yup. But that doesn't work in the Joshi Senpai Kohai arc samurai style story. Asuka wins by losing. What happens here is Io Sky will win. I'm convinced of this. And she will be elevated. The proverbial torch, even though Japanese style, will be passed to her by Asuka. Asuka will lose and then be redeemed and figure out, oh, I lost my way, and come back. And then be honored. The honor of the senpai losing to the Kohai will then be hers. This is sort of a swan song for her, whether she retires now or not. It's a passing of the torch. The Joshi leadership now moves to Io Sky, and Asuka is honored for her years of service to the wrestling business. And she's honored in defeat, not victory. If she wins, she remains a fallen senpai, and her legacy is tarnished. This can't happen. In a society where face is also important, if you've ever heard of losing face, that's very Asian, it's very Japanese, very Korean. If she does not lose and be redeemed, she's lost face. Her legacy has lost face. Not good. They can't let that happen. She volunteered for this role in the K-fob world, but she also must be redeemed in the K-fob world. That, my friends, is what's happening here. So, for all you folks that think Asuka needs the win, she needs the loss. Asuka needs the loss more than Io needs the win. And that's what they're going to do. So, if you're thinking Asuka has to get it, she's not going to. Io Sky is going to be victorious. She's going to surpass her senpai, and in the process, redeem her and save the legacy of Asuka. There you have it, folks. My take on what's exactly going to happen tomorrow night on Backlash. Granddaddy Pete, signing out.